Good morning, everyone. Welcome to worship for Sunday, the 11th of September. Obviously, I guess like every preacher in the country this week, we've had to change what we were going to deliver this coming Sunday. At Wallasey, it should have been our regular healing service and was going to preach of the preaching of Naaman. But obviously, following the Queen's death, I've changed plans. And I'm sure, like me, you were shocked and saddened by the news that the Queen had died. I knew we all expected it in one way or another, and yet it still came as a shock. And where other individuals have come and gone, the Queen has been a constant in the background for all of my life, and I'm sure for most other people's lives too. Let's face it, at the age of 96 she had few contemporaries. I've used a lot of material today from various sources as well as my own, just and including the Queen herself, just to put together I guess a service of tribute to honour a fellow Christian. At the URC's General Assembly earlier this summer, my ears pricked up when it was announced that the loyal address was going to be given. It hadn't really registered to me before the United Reformed Church gave a loyal address to the Queen every time the General Assembly meets. So I listened to what was said. And the first thing Assembly wrote was that there was a common link this year between Her Majesty the Queen and the United Reformed Church, in that both were celebrating a jubilee. The URC was celebrating 50 years and the Queen 70. But the message went on to thank the Queen for her steadfast and faithful service over the last 7 decades. It praised her example of duty and integrity and public service, and placed on record an appreciation of Her Majesty's public witness to her Christian faith and the way that she sought to live her life as a fellow servant of Christ. John Bradbury, the General Secretary of the URC, said this: "She inspired respect from across the political spectrum and from monarchists and republicans alike." So whether Queen Elizabeth II was a source of comfort to you, or maybe just as an irritant that you wished was not part of our country's makeup, we acknowledge her service and her faith as a fellow sister in Christ. We give thanks for her life and pray for those who mourn her passing. Just now we'll have a moment of silence before we sing our first hymn. And so we sing our first hymn, "Now Thank We All Our God."